Welcome back to the show. We are live. Chris Denman, Travis Sorrell, Chris Gardner, and the great Dr. Ed from Hillside Animal Hospital. Take your pets to Hillside in South St. Louis, right by the Hill, Dogtown, the Grove. Very centrally located. Wonderful care for your pets. Hit it, Gardner.
Dr. Ed.
Dr. Ed.
Dr. Ed.
The good doctor is in.
Bring, bring.
Dr. Ed, you come bringing good news. Today's a big day for our friends at Gateway Pet Guardians, right?
Yeah, Travis has his hoodie on.
Yes. What's the big news? They've been working on this thing. So Gateway Pet Guardians, if you're not familiar, great rescue group that Dr. Ed's worked with for a long time. He, as a business owner, has donated one of his buildings to be their headquarters for the last, how long? 5 years?
Oh, yeah. Probably more like 7 or 8.
7 or 8
Nice.
years. Wow. That's fantastic and not easy to do. But the big news?
We're closing on a building in East St. Louis today.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an old abandoned elementary school.
Thank God the kids aren't still in it. That'd
Yeah.
be weird.
Yeah, but it's just incredibly huge. Lots and lots of rooms. So they'll be able to increase their capacity. We're going to have a presence in the community where we actually do the work.
You do a lot of work at East St. Louis.
Yeah, that's our mission. That's our mission statement is
Right.
East St. Louis, and we're going to be there now. And we're going to hopefully we're going to employ people there.
Right.
It's going to be a shelter, eventually a clinic, a community center.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're talking about things like having a computer lab that people can just come in, or people who don't have a home PC can come in and do things on their computer.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Getting comments already saying Dr. Ed rocks for helping out with this. From Teresa.
I'm just a small little part of this organization. This organization does some great work.
They do amazing work, and we're very proud of you. That is very awesome. And people talk about it. It's easy for people to sit up here like, oh, I could do this, and I would do this. But you guys always find a way to truly engage the community, and I think this is very awesome. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, and then what's nice is that the city of East St. Louis and the whole community is excited about
That's
Gateway
awesome.
being in there. So they're really behind us.
Oh, they do.
awesome.
They've got a ton of great dogs available. There's actually an event this Saturday I'll tell you about in just a second. But again, Dr. Ed from Hillside Animal Hospital works with Gateway Pet Guardians. You need to support them. Travis, by chance, is wearing their hoodie today as well. I know our friend Brad over at Stone Strength Systems, Southtown Pub's involved with this event Saturday. It's a big charity drive. There's going to be a few adoptable dogs. Again, this is,
Oh, really?
Yes, they're going to have it at Stone Strength Systems.
I
I
may
believe
bring
we're doing
mom by.
Yeah.
I may bring old moms by.
I think you have to work out if you go to this event. Can you do that?
I have to work out? What do you mean by workout?
As in, it's at a gym. So they're teaming up with Stone Strength Systems as young professionals at Gateway Pet Guardians. Again, Southtown Pub giving some gift certificates for giveaway. Details can be found on the Young Professionals at Gateway Pet Guardians Facebook page. Again, it's a charity workout event, and it's this Saturday, so you can benefit Dr. Ed's favorite charity, our favorite charity. Check them out. Again, our friends at Stone and Gateway Pet Guardians, young professionals, are putting this on Saturday. You're going to you just show up, do some curls.
Nothing.
Right?
I'll get about 7, 8 push-ups in.
Yeah, 12-ounce curls.
It's 10. It's a Saturday.
Okay.
Let's bring that down a notch. Yeah,
Well, you can register again. Check out the Young Professionals at Gateway Pet Guardians Facebook page. They've got all the info there.
Yeah, see, I'm the old professional group of Gateway. Yeah, party of one.
You think they'd go? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If you showed up to their event,
Yeah,
I think they'd let you in.
I might get me in since I'm on the board.
Should I show up with a backwards hat and say, "What's up, young professionals?
Oh, boy.
Howdy, y'all.
Oh,
Let's
no.
party.
Oh, Jesus.
How about Drake, huh?"
Oh, no. Can I have one of your marijuanas?
I don't think that's. And as Brad says, you get to work out, so that's part of the fun for registering. Don't have to work out.
Okay,
I'm
you get to work out. Okay. I'm not required.
You get to.
I get to.
Yeah. Get rid of that sugar foot.
What if I just run into the gym and then run out? Does that count?
I think you'd have a trail of people following you. What'd he take? What'd he get?
Sounds like a Travu to me. Travis at the gym.
With Brad Stone,
Travis
former
with a personal
professional
trainer.
pitcher, friend of the show, comedy attendee.
Anybody can pitch. It's not that hard. You pick up a baseball,
Here
you
we
stand on
go.
top of a mound, you throw it as hard as you can. Oh, such an athlete. I can get out
and
there.
then duck for cover.
So
hard
when
could it
Dr. Ed comes in, we play Dogs on Film. The voice that's behind Dogs on Film, Sean, has now become a regular at the office. He pops in, he squats around, he'll look around. Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
Chris.
How are you?
Hey, Chris,
hi.
how's it going?
Yeah, I'm not going to do this with Gardner. So I wanted to thank you for doing your segment every week because we have Sean in our office regularly now. So thank you, Dr.
So it's
Ed.
all my fault. or
You
what?
made
Yeah,
it
that
possible.
makes
No,
it
we
right.
get to have Sean in our office.
Okay.
Yes, so that's,
Okay.
that's what
Before
we're
we
doing.
jump into the game, though, I do
Yeah.
have a quick question. Dr. Ed, under any circumstances, are you snitching?
Yeah,
Are
would you
snitching
tell on somebody?
anyone? Would you ever tell on anyone?
You grew up on the hill, man. This
You
could
did.
be.
This
yeah.
is very true.
I have no idea where this is going.
Yeah, Dr.
So,
Ed, yeah.
so we revere. So you know the issue with Chris Correa with the St. Louis Cardinals. He,
Yes.
the executive, kept his mouth shut. You know, he probably could have got out of there in 3 months with good behavior, but he's done like a 4-year sentence at this point, or he did it
Yeah, I think the sentence is
and
officially
didn't
up
say
this
a
year.
word. Travis and I appreciate his silence. Gardner has made it very clear that he's snitching or telling on anyone for doing anything wrong.
Well, if it benefits me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's a pretty big caveat.
Yeah,
if it
I get
benefits
something
you-
back.
So that could
No,
be
but I've said that
that could
all
be
along
blackmail.
here.
And we're wondering because of the
Because-
college
well, wait,
scandal.
no, well, I mean, Travis, you've been talking about the Mueller report, blah 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 blah
Yes.
blah ad nauseum. How do you think they're getting that? You got
Snitching?
snitches.
That's
So
what
you embrace snitching in that instance.
I don't say I embrace it, but
if it
I-
benefits you.
but if it does benefit the country,
And I didn't
Oh,
say
you're a patriot
and
now.
that's what I have always.
I
been,
didn't
Chris.
have I have no issue with Chris Correa not saying anything. I don't have an issue with that. But if he would have said something, I wouldn't have had an issue with that either.
Interesting.
I think it's fine.
Close the time and place to
If
snitch.
you're snitching, when someone calls you a snitch, it's because you're telling on someone for doing something wrong, right? So
Yeah.
they've done something wrong.
I don't think I would ever call anyone a snitch either. I don't know. No, I would. I would.
I would definitely call somebody a snitch.
Okay.
That's all.
There's no
Dr.
problem.
Ed
That's
is
all.
abstained.
Dr. Ed, see, that's why.
That's the smartest way to
see,
deal
Dr.
with
Ed's
this
an
group.
OG. He knows.
Yeah.
Say,
He
see,
won't
I
give
don't,
his
I don't
opinion
even know
on it.
what y'all talking about. I don't even know anything about
He's
that
removed
life.
too many bullets from mobsters' legs as their professional doctor.
You know what time it is.
You know
what
it's
time
better
it
than
is.
that.
Mhm.
What crime family would you like to work for if you were there?
Wait, what? No, don't answer that. Don't incriminate yourself.
Don't.
Don't do that, Dr. Ed. There's no need
Well,
for that.
You know,
They used to meet in the
You know-
tops of bars on the hill.
when my
You know what I'm
quite a
talking
little while
about,
ago,
Dr.
a
Ed.
long time ago, when my grandfather passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and I distinctly remember at the funeral parlor for visitation, and all of a sudden they got some gentlemen came in, and I didn't know who they
Well
were.
dressed.
Well dressed,
Mm.
and came in and paid their respects to my grandfather. And afterwards, I kind of asked my mom who that was, and she said, "Yeah,
Those are the guys.
those were the guys from the neighborhood, you know, coming in to pay their respects."
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my. Oh.
Not my grandfather wasn't involved in any of that, but he just
He's
was
a
a
very
yeah,
well
hey.
respected man.
He was. He was smartest man, one of the smartest men I ever met, and never went to school.
Wow.
Yeah. You know,
I think his lineage has proven that out with the 900 doctorates that hang in your home
That's very
these
true.
days.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
Travis, you respect him a little more now?
I've always thought
do
that
we now-
Dr. Ed, there was an iron hand,
Mm-hmm.
and to now be in the presence of the iron hand, the
Right.
man who runs the hill, like Dr. Ed has, silently all these years,
Quietly behind the
it
scenes.
truly has been an honor.
Okay. Now we know. Gardner, are you satisfied with where we're at with Dr. Ed?
Yeah, I was wondering if Dr. Ed had seen the story about the mobster who was in witness protection in Arizona and has been running the bust out scam, as it's called. It was actually featured in an episode of The Sopranos. And the bust out scam, we were supposed to get a Rascal Flatts restaurant here in St. Louis.
And boy, were we excited.
We're
And
very
he
excited.
was doing this to screw over all the Rascal Flatts themed restaurants that were supposed to open across the nation. And a writer had been following this for 3 years for the Arizona Republic and wrote a long form feature article on it. And so now we found out that a mobster in witness protection had screwed over Rascal Flatts and they're not able to have their themed restaurants, and had previously done the same thing to Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill restaurants.
What do the wise guys have against country western?
I don't know, but I feel like there's a movement by the mobsters in this country to undermine all country music restaurants.
they were saying?
And I kind of got to get behind that.
One of their mothers definitely cheated on their father with somebody in a cowboy hat,
There's
and
no
it's
doubt
been
about it.
manifesting for 30 years.
We haven't tapped into this market yet. Let's give this a go. It seems to be working.
It seems so random, you know.
I know.
How are we gonna make money? Let's.
He got together with his friends and he said, "Let's roll."
No. Don't. Don't.
No, you don't like Oh boy. Let's play some dogs on. Oh wait, we have a real doctor in the house. Can we get a diagnosis or just a cross check on this? Gardner, you had done some research. I believe a Charlotte Fox station did
yeah.
a story, and I just
I
want to.
don't
I just
have
want
the
to quick.
story, though.
You don't have the story. I have it. I've been diagnosed by Gardner with misophonia. Have you heard?
What?
Misophonia, which is a disease that's diagnosed. People are extra sensitive to normal sounds. Eating sounds makes people angry that with misophonia and can ruin relationships.
Oh, shut up, will you? Shut up, will you?
And can actually keep folks with misophonia from having a fairly normal or succinct life.
This is, I believe, a Harvard study of some sort.
Have you heard? Can you get misophonia if you're a person, or can a dog have misophonia?
You know, I don't know. That's a new one on me.
Can you help? Should I just get earplugs? That's probably what I'm gonna have to do.
What did it say? What are the remedies? How do we fix this? Because you
Not be
have-
around you.
You have lost your
move
damn
to a
mind.
monastery.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, take a vow of silence and be around
You
other
are
people.
you're
with vows of
pathetically bad at this. You're pathetically bad at any sound,
chewing or
anywhere.
heavy breathing noises driving you crazy. You may have misophonia.
How do you fix it?
It affects some worse than others. It can lead to isolation as people suffering from this condition try to avoid these trigger sounds. People who have misophonia often feel embarrassed and don't want to mention it to healthcare providers. Yeah. Often healthcare providers
You
haven't
don't feel
heard of it
embarrassed
anyway.
at all sharing that. At all.
You just,
No embarrassment whatsoever. You've had this entire time. So on top of your CTE, you got misophonia. What's it called? Misophonia? Mesopotamia?
I'm damaged goods, damn
You
it.
have mesophonia. Pholonius.
Dr. Ed starts reaching for the
Better
vial.
than Lola Falana.
Chris got that Mesopotamia.
You know what, Gardner? We're gonna have an issue
You
here.
brought this up. You opened the door.
Let's do some dogs on film. I'm before I lose it here, man.
Gardner, it's time for dogs.
We didn't ask for that.
On film.
Hillside Animal Hospital sponsors this segment every week, and we're lucky to have Dr. Ed join us. Gardner, how's the game go?
Well, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
I got 6 movies for you. We pair them up into 3 sets of movies. They each have a theme. Each pairing has a theme.
Okay.
One movie will go against the other movie. You guys have to guess which one has a better score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And if you guess correctly, you get a point. So after those 3 rounds, we see who has the most points. And
Okay.
if someone does, they're the winner. If we have a tie, we do have a 7th movie for a tiebreaker. Now, throughout,
Okay.
I might casually decide if I want to tell someone they're right or wrong on their guess. If they're right, they will hear.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog.
If they're wrong, they will hear. You don't want that one.
Okay.
Don't want that one, Travis. And then we just see who wins at the end. Now, in the tiebreaker one, it is not one movie against another. It is one movie, and you have to guess closest to the actual score. So that's how it works.
Gotcha.
Now, to help you out a little bit, in case maybe you haven't seen the movie, we give you a description of the movie.
No, this is pretty cool. Who describes said movies?
My friend Sean,
Oh.
who came in yesterday to do a reading, and we discussed a number of things.
I would
throughout
imagine that takes place.
our time together. He's going to Florida at the end of the month, so I'm going to be watching his cats and feeding them. While they're gone.
Oh.
Good for you.
That is
Maybe
very
emptying
delightful.
the litter
of you.
box here and there. I don't want to do it every day, though.
That sounds miserable.
Yeah, the litter box is the worst.
Yeah.
That is the worst thing about it.
Wait, you have a cat, right?
I have 2 cats.
One wobbles.
Wobbly.
Yeah.
And you don't clean their litter box every day?
We probably do it probably every other day. Is that okay or no?
Hey,
I don't like that
sure.
look, Dr.
Yeah,
Ed.
give him the look, Dr. Ed. Give him the look.
Hey, it's your house. That's,
I got a nice.
It's your toxoplasmosis.
I
you're
did buy
inhaling.
a litter box that it looks like furniture, so it's enclosed and it's got doors on it, but it fits into the kind of desk room, as we call it, a little bit better. It's not just sitting there, or it's not a noticeable litter box necessarily. It's kind of some sort of wood. I don't know what the hell it is, but I was like, the lady wanted it, so I bought it.
that's
But
all you
it
had to
does
say.
a pretty good job.
That's all you had to say.
But now I'm going to have to reconsider. We have to do it every day or not.
Dr. Ed just
Knowing
gives you the look.
the effort I will put into it, no.
No,
That will
probably
not change.
Gonna happen.
That will
Probably
not
not going to happen. All right.
So
what do
we
got?
have we have your movies here. In your first set of movies, we've been revisiting some that we've done from about a year ago, some of the dog films. So the first set of movies that you have to guess against are dog films.
Oh,
once
nice.
again. So here you go with your first one.
101 Dalmatians, 1961. Drama adventure, 1 hour, 19 minutes. Boy, those are the days. In a Disney animation classic, Dalmatian Pongo, Rod Taylor, is tired of his bachelor dog life. He spies lovely Perdita, Kate Bauer, and maneuvers his master, Roger, Ben Wright, into meeting Perdita's owner, Anita. Lisa Davis. The owners fall in love and marry, keeping Pongo and Perdita together too. After Perdita gives birth to a litter of 15 puppies, Anita's old school friend Cruella DeVille, Betty Lou Gerson,
Cruella.
There we go.
Cruella DeVille, Betty Lou Gerson, wants to buy them all. Roger declines her offer, so Cruella hires the criminal Baden, the criminal Baden brothers, J. Pat O'Malley and Frederick Warlock to steal them so she can have a fur coat. How about that? It's pretty, it's kind of, I say, it might be corny now, but I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, I didn't see it till I was like 40. I wasn't interested in dogs. We were always a cat family.
Explains a lot.
It
Yeah.
does. That kinda
I
gets
could
to
have
the
sworn
bottom
when
of
he
it.
was started, he said that he was tired of his bastard, dog life instead of bachelor.
I don't know why.
He might have. He might have.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Chris, does that clearing of the throat really drive you crazy? Or
That's something.
yeah.
Mesopotamia.
What's it against? Man, that's 1961 for that one.
That's it. That's
That's
a
wild.
good one though.
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians.
Or is it?
Going against.
Lady and the Tramp, 1955. Drama and romance, 1 hour, 16 minutes. They knew how to make them back then. Keep it short, keep it tight. This Disney animated classic follows a pampered Cocker Spaniel named Lady, Barbara Ludi, whose comfortable life slips away once her owners have a baby. When after some tense circumstances, Lady finds herself on the loose and out on the street. She is befriended and protected by tough stray mutt tramp, Larry Roberts. A romance begins to blossom between the two dogs. But their many differences, along with more drama at Lady's household, threaten to keep them apart.
Are you a romantic?
Am I?
Yeah.
I was. I bring flowers home all the time, especially spring coming up. Man, our house is going to be loaded with them. I prune certain areas, not people's yards. Never. No. Well, no. I tried to stay away from people's yards because that's just rude.
Try?
Pretty much. For 99, 98%. If I see something I gotta have, I gotta have. Yeah, Forest Park, behind the Steinberg ice rink, those daffodils, boy. There's a field of them you wouldn't believe. And nobody's gonna know. Nobody ever goes there, so nobody's gonna notice I got 100 daffodils.
100 daffodils, Sean. What is?
Now you know where to get your daffodils.
No, I know what
There's
about
gonna,
that.
there's gonna be a steak out there.
Yeah,
now.
apparently. You got a daffodil guy? I actually do.
I do.
I actually do.
I do.
Who mostly stays out of private citizens' yards.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Lady and the Tramp versus 101 Dalmatians.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with Lady and the Tramp just because they haven't remade that, which means maybe that they
a good
really
point.
consider it a classic.
This is really tough, but I gotta go Dalmatians just because I don't know. I think maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they have remade it a few times because it was more popular. I don't know.
I'm going Lady
They're
and the
both fun
Tramp.
movies, right?
I'm going Lady and the Tramp as well.
Lady and the Tramp for Travis and Dr. Ed. 101 Dalmatians for Chris. Lady and the Tramp. A 93 for Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, wow.
A 98 for 101 Dalmatians.
It's pretty fair, right?
A 98 for 101 Dalmatians?
I haven't seen it in a long time, but
I suppose. I don't know if that's
she was going to make a code out of them.
that's a pretty dark movie for Disney, to be honest with you.
The House of Mouse.
The House of Mouse gets a little darker each
Does this
day.
mean Disney gets to take control of all the old Cops seasons?
Do they?
You think they'll re-release those?
I don't
Bad
think.
boys,
They may
bad
end up on their
boys.
streaming platform. That
All
could
right.
probably happen.
Well, I'm off to a good start.
Okay. 1 for Chris. 0 for Travis and Dr. Ed as we head to the second pairing.
Back in the game.
These are superhero movies.
All right.
Comic superhero movies.
I'm good at these.
Are you? We'll find out. You ready for your first one?
Please.
Let's do it.
Here you go.
All right, Guardians of the Galaxy, 2014, fantasy science fiction, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Brash space adventurer Peter Quill, Chris Pratt, finds himself the quarry of relentless bounty hunters after he steals an orb coveted by Ronan, Lee Pace, a powerful villain. To evade Ronan, Quill is forced into an uneasy truce with four desperate misfits. Gun-toting rocket raccoon, Bradley Cooper, didn't know that. Tree-like humanoid Groot, Vin Diesel, didn't know that. Anemic Gamora, Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana. And she's good too. And vengeance-driven Drax, the Destroyer, Dave Bautista. But when he discovers that Orb's true power and the cosmic threat it poses, Quill must rally his ragtag group to save the universe. Whew. Oh, my sight's going in and out. But it's okay.
Is that the vodka?
No, didn't have enough of that for that. All right.
Didn't have enough of that for that.
The James Gunn directed film, by the way.
It is
Slew
indeed.
High, James Gunn.
He just signed up to do the third one.
Yes, he did. They brought him back, fired him, and then rehired him.
Rightly so.
All right. What's going up against Guardsy?
Guardians of the Galaxy going against?
Superman, 1978. Drama action, 3 hours. 3 hours and 8 minutes. Just
That movie
before
was
the
3 hours
destruction of
long?
the planet Krypton, scientist
style where it was really-
Jor-El, Marlon Brando, sends his infant son, Kal-El, on a spaceship to Earth. Raised by kindly farmers Jonathan, Glenn Ford, and Martha Kent, Phyllis Thaxter, young Clark, Christopher Reeve, discovers the source of his superhuman powers and moves to Metropolis to fight evil. As Superman, he battles the villainous Lex Luthor, Gene Hackman. While as novice reporter Clark Kent, he attempts to woo co-worker Lois Lane, Margot Kidder.
How's your tablet going?
I got a tablet.
We signed you up for an email address.
I have an email address, gmail.com.
Welcome to this century.
Fighting it, man. I just got this one gig I might get because I have to have an email. It would be nice if I could just get this job because it would be so nice. Just your own hours. You go and come as you please. You just read the whole time, which is all I do at home anyway. It's just wonderful.
What are you reading right now?
Madeleine Albright's biography, Madam Secretary. Well, she was pretty fascinating, but God, she, same old. I'm such a Yugoslavian. All right.
Where are we?
There was a lot happened in those 90 seconds. We found out that apparently there's a job Sean has applied for after finally using email. This job, come and go as you please, where you read to people.
No, you're reading things.
You're reading things,
Yeah.
and then apparently he's reading a Madeleine Albright memoir.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, a squirrel distracted them.
Had to have.
Yeah.
Had to have. I don't know how this man lives his life, but I love that he lives it.
This is a good one.
Yeah. So, that's what he's got going on right now.
Good God.
Actually, I helped him send the emails the other day.
There we go.
We were sitting at the local watering hole because he didn't have his brother's email addresses or his dad's girlfriend's email address. I had them.
Of course.
I have them.
Because
So I had to help him send them. All right, so we
Superman.
got Superman versus Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm going to be bold. St. Louis strong. Give me Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm gonna go with that just because I enjoyed the movie so much.
They were very good. Both of these movies are very good. I am going to give Superman the edge on this one.
He's a Maverick.
Travis.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog.
Wow.
Superman, a 94 Guardians of the Galaxy 91.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Wow.
Dr. Ed just livid.
For a lot of people who give these superhero movies a lot of heat, like there's a crowd of people who are just like, it's oversaturated, there's fatigue. People seem to love these movies. Like if you
Well,
look
they're
at
not being
probably
made
the
because no one's going.
right,
Maybe that's-
right, and like you look at something recently like Captain Marvel, people are showing up still in droves, 10+ years after the rollout of Iron Man, and I think that's just pretty impressive. It tells you that people really do enjoy these stories. 91 for Guardians of the Galaxy. That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Now, I believe Damon Wayans in town this week?
Next week.
Next week?
Adele Givens this week.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Damon's no longer coming. Adele is replacing Damon.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. That's right, because I thought he was in town this week.
Yeah, he was supposed to come, but he is being replaced by Adele Givens.
So I had prepared Damon Wayans movies.
Okay.
So I have a couple of Damon Wayans movies
Nice.
here for you. So we have one for Travis, one for Chris, 0 for Dr. Ed.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
All right.
How should we answer this? Let's make this a little fun.
Okay. Dr. Ed goes last or first?
What would you prefer, Dr. Ed, in terms of your order of answering this last one?
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
First. Okay. So we're going to go that route. I just wanted to set that up to see how we wanted to do it. So here we go with your first Damon Wayans movie.
Ready? The Great White Hope. No, The Great White Hype, 1996. Sport
movie.
comedy, 1 hour, 31 minutes. Boxing promoter, the Reverend Fred Sultan, Samuel L. Jackson, decides the best way to revive public interest in his top clients' matches is to create a white challenger to his black champion, James the Grim Reaper Roper, Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans. With no white boxes available, he creates one out of dim grunge rocker Terry Conklin, Peter Berg, who once defeated Roper at an amateur match. But while Conklin trains hard, Roper slacks off, endangering Sultan's carefully staged comeback. Who won that one?
This is it.
That's
Okay.
it. The Great White Hype. is your
Gotcha.
First one.
Great cast, by the way. John Lovitz in that movie.
It stinks.
Here's your second Damon Wayans movie.
The Last Boy Scout, 1991. Thriller action, 1 hour, 45 minutes. Once the first-rate Secret Service agent, Joe Hallenbeck, Bruce
How about Billy
Willis, is
Blanks?
now a gruff private investigator whose latest gig is protecting a pole dancer, Halle Berry. When she's murdered, he grudgingly teams up with her boyfriend, Jimmy Dix, Damon Wayans, an ex-quarterback with a gambling problem. And the two go after killers. Before long, they stumble onto a plot by a well-known football magnate, Noble Willingham, to bribe federal legislatures into legalizing sports gambling. Halle Berry gets murdered?
You like her?
Yeah, nah, she's all right. A little full of herself, I think.
Hollywood liberals.
Hollywood's got liberals. Hollywood's got liberals. Hollywood.
All right, there you go.
You know what I'm slowly realizing, though, with Sean? He's like an older white man version of me.
Good for you.
I'm starting to realize, because he just jumps into song for no reason at all.
Oh, boy. You should see it.
We need to do a DNA test. Have some questions for Sean. Interesting.
The Last Boy Scout versus The Great White Hype.
I love The Last Boy Scout because it's the most ridiculous action film in the history of, like, everything in that movie doesn't make sense, but I don't care because it's awesome. There's a moment in the movie at the end where he hits, I think, the vice president of the United States from the field, throws a football from the field while riding a horse, and it hits the vice president of the United States in the nose.
Did it break his nose?
It broke his nose because there was an assassin trying to take out the vice president, and he needed a way to get the vice president out of harm's way. So the best thing he could think of was jump on a horse and throw a football at the nose of the vice president. Absolutely ridiculous movie. Love it.
Why
Fire
did
that
he-
pigskin.
Why did he need the horse?
I don't know. If for some reason he used the horse.
What kind of horse was it?
It was a gip.
Was it a Clydesdale?
It was probably not a Clydesdale.
Okay.
It wasn't of the draft
It was
variety.
it was a Southern Stallion. It was a Southern Stallion.
Sounds like a search term.
a Lippinzahner. It was probably a Lippinzahner.
A
really?
Lippinzahner.
You're going that on
A
us now.
Lippinzahner.
Y'all didn't know I knew
You're going submarine
y'all
movies
Y'all,
on us
y'all didn't know
now,
I knew
are you?
Lippinzahners, did you? I know my
Lippinzahner?
Lippinzahners. Did you know
Lippinzahner?
when they're born, they're black?
Lippinzahner?
There's always a Denzel quote. There's always a Denzel quote for that. All right.
What do you know about the Lipizzaner Stallions?
Man, they come to St. Louis all the time.
Did you ever see them?
Yeah, man.
What do they do?
Where are they from?
They prance or rather from Spain.
Portugal.
It's a Spanish name.
Portuguese. They're Portugal horses.
Try Austria.
Oh, they're Austrian horses.
Nazis almost destroyed them.
Oh. Yeah, but those Lipizzanas, boy, I be seeing them.
Lipizzaner.
They be doing Euro steps. They be.
They actually can.
They do. They
It's
jump
pretty
through
impressive.
hoops like they're
You
set
ever
on
seen them,
fire.
Dr. Ed?
No.
They're so great.
They can shoot free throws.
I may have been
Badass
front
horses,
row
man.
for one of their performances in like 1996.
You're so
7.
weird. You grew up in Farmington, so it doesn't count. All right, so we have.
We have the Last Boy Scout versus the Great White Hype, and Dr. Ed gets first.
Since I was a Boy Scout, I'm going to go with the last Boy Scout.
Nice.
I'll go with Great White Hype. These are two very poorly rated movies, I'm sure.
I'll go ahead and Last Boy Scout. I'm gonna stick with my favorite.
All right. The Last Boy Scout for Dr. Ed and for Travis. The Great White Hype for Chris. Chris, for the win. Travis wins it. The Last
I don't
Boy
like
Scout,
this.
46. The Great White Hype, 45.
Oh wow! Victory!
Oh, boy.
It's my first one of the reimagined We Are Live.
Dr. Ed, I'd like to apologize on behalf of the show, Midcoast Media, and others for this ruffian winning today.
I'm going to be vindicated when the scandal comes out about these people paying the raters on Rotten Tomatoes for their scores.
That's actually, you know what? That may be the next big scam.
Yeah.
That will probably be the next big scam. That they have been getting paid from certain studio execs to pump up Rotten Tomatoes
I mean,
scores.
how's to
I mean,
explain
that's-
Black Panther getting a 97?
Thank you. It was fine.
It was a good movie. It is fresh. It is a fresh, and I've only seen 15 minutes of it.
For the love of Christ.
Do you guys want to hear what the tiebreaker?
Let's hear
would've
the
been?
tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay. This would have been
Hear
the
the
tiebreaker.
disdain and Dr.
I must if we have to.
We might have to find a new site that rates movies. Let's go with Metacritic. We're going to use Metacritic from now on to help Dr. Ed out here. Okay, this would have been your tiebreaker.
Okay.
Now the tiebreaker. The Devil's Own, 1997. Thriller drama, 1 hour, 51 minutes. As a favor to a friend, policeman Tom O'Meara, Harrison Ford, lets visiting Irishman Rory Devaney, Brad Pitt, stay with him and his family in New York City. Rory's visit is quiet at first, but when Tom and his wife Sheila, Margaret Collin, return home one day, they're accosted by intruders. Tom soon realizes that Rory is in the Irish Republican Army. When it becomes clear that Rory's stateside trip is part of an effort to transport illegal guns to Dublin, Tom is compelled to stop him. I think it's the worst Irish accent, ever in moviedom by Brad Pitt, except for that other one he was in, Snatch. He just mumbled through that because I think he was trying an accent. It was just ridiculous. Jesus, what you know, Jesus. Shut up, Brad Pitt. You're not Irish.
You're Irish. You love the Irish, don't
I
you?
love the Irish, sure I do. Yeah, I'm Sean Patrick Francis Brennan. The Irish. Beep beep. And the Irish, the IRA too. Stinking bastards. Even though my grandfather, the story goes, he got a little trouble. That's why he came to America. So anyway, gotta go to the bathroom. Bye bye.
Sean is the MVP.
Just snitched
As
out
the
his
story goes.
Just snitched out his entire family. Homeland Security is going to be at Rosie's later this week.
Like they're not already watching
That's
us.
a good point. If there is a bar to watch in St. Louis, if you're a federal official, it is that bar.
That bar's all over the place.
Devil's Own. I have only seen like 15 minutes of that movie.
Oh, it's like me with Black Panther.
Yeah, it's my Black Panther. I am going to say that's 30%.
41%.
I'm going to go right in the middle. I'm going to go 50.
Okay.
34 for Devil's Own.
Nice.
Travis would have got the tiebreaker too. Well,
Reimagined all up in this piece.
Oh, wow. Dr. Ed, it's one thing to lose, but to
Yeah,
lose to
I know.
somebody like this. Do you think you could give him some tips in case while he's playing around with all those animals in New York? Is there anything that could quickly resuscitate a giant bird, if any issues? Like if he's eating rocks, you know how the chickens do that?
We can only hope that he'll develop misophonia or whatever.
Yes,
you know.
yes. Get mad at Snuffleupagus for chewing too loudly.
Yeah.
I think that works.
So angry.
Dr. Ed can be visited at Hillside Animal Hospital. Him and his wonderful staff. They do fear-free certified practices. That's right. If your dog or pet, your cat, does not appreciate little visits to the vet, they go the extra mile to make it happen. Don't like getting your nails trimmed? Dr. Ed's got a solution. They'll work with you, Hillside Animal Hospital. Check out the Facebook page. They're always updating. They got a blood drive coming up. They're huge supporters of Gateway Pet Guardians, do wonderful work in the community, and overall, and the most important, they take care of your pet. And I speak from experience, Travis. I took you in, and you got your ear looked at and all that good stuff.
I'm a better boy now.
Check out Hillside Animal Hospital online. Dr. Ed, what a pleasure, as always. Thank you
you.
so much for the work, sir.
Thank you very much.
We'll take a quick break. Be back on the other side with some Fair or Foul. It's We Are Live. Get your Fair or Fouls in.
We are live, live, live. We are live, live, live. We are live, live, live. We are live.
We are live.
Big ol' thank you to Dr. Ed from Hillside Animal Hospital, and we love all of his work. Go to their Facebook page, give them a like, and if you got a pet and you're in the St. Louis area or you're traveling through and need something done, you go to Dr. Ed at Hillside Animal Hospital.
And can I make an additional plea from what he has said at the beginning of that segment with them opening up new facilities in East
Taking
St.
over
Louis?
an abandoned elementary school and making a giant, like, state-of-the-art community center.
That is so important. And I'm so excited to see that someone we know, like Dr. Ed, embark on this.
Championing them.
Oh,
Did you say
absolutely.
Embark
on this adventure, because it's important, because one thing we talk about a lot on this show, and we know we're very familiar with some of the crime that takes place in St. Louis and across the river, and a lot of reasons for some of this crime, especially with young people, is because they have so much idle time. They have so much time on their hands, and they don't have anything to
Lack of
occupy their time. Lack of opportunity, lack of things to do. And this is important. This is vital. This is how communities turn around when young people have something to do. And what normally happens, it happened for me and a lot of my friends growing up in the city of St. Louis, when you see different opportunities, when you get to engage in different opportunities, you see the world outside of your community, you become more encouraged to see, just to try other opportunities, and it gets you out of your shell. It makes you not want to be on the street corner. It makes you want to actually be in a computer lab. It makes you want to hang out with your group of friends and do something productive. So I am so excited to see that Dr. Ed and the Gateway Pet Guardians and everyone is getting involved in the community in East St. Louis. This will go a long way for that area.
I also will say this, like literally when Dr. Ed started helping in the early 2000s and maybe the 90s even before that, whenever he was helping over in East St. Louis, this isn't hyperbole, this isn't a joke, there were packs of dogs that were feral or just home, whatever. That is not a good thing to have. And like, dogs are not meant to be running around because they're not afraid of people. A
Right.
coyote's afraid of
They
person.
become wild animals.
And they become wild, they got to eat. And you've got roving dogs doing that. So there's your progression and the hard work that they've done literally in real time fixing one aspect of a troubled area. So shout out to all the good folks that have helped with that. Equally as important as helping out the city is attending Wizard World in St. Louis.
Not exactly,
That's coming up.
but I see
Jason
where you're going.
Momoa, Sean Astin, Chris Kattan, Holly Marie Combs from Charmed. Others highlighted, you'd probably know more of these than me. Oh, Ernie Hudson. He was the gentleman who was on Adam Carolla. He's not
I
known for
should've
anything
known
else,
you were
right?
gonna do that.
Ernie Hudson, Chris Owen.
That's
Do you know him? Do you know Chris Owen?
Who is Chris Rowland?
The Shermanator from American Pie.
Oh,
He'll
okay.
be there. Oh, my good friend who I interviewed last year, Thomas Ian Nicholas. Maybe he'll pose with me again so I can look like Shrek next to him. Rookie of the Year and American
Oh,
Pie.
yes. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. That'd be cool to talk to him.
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou.
We will have Lou in studio.
No, we won't, because we do not have furniture that is.
Strong enough.
Okay, maybe we will do
You
this.
wouldn't like him if he's angry. You like that?
I don't understand it.
Kato Kalin will be there.
Kato, because
Right.
when I think comic
He
books,
hosts.
I think Kato Kalin.
Well, it is 25 years
Oh, boy.
It is.
since the OJ stuff.
We got to get Kato in that seat. We got to get Kato here. We got
we're
some
gonna,
discussions.
We're going to go do some front. Do you, like,
Gotta
what
get
can
Ezra
I?
Edelman too.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the comic or the.
No, we definitely need to get him on.
So at
What a
this thing,
fascinating
have you been to one of
documentary.
these before?
I have not have friends who have
went-
attended to these before, and I'm excited because you get Aquaman and
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. You get his
I've
timing
been
could
there.
be better because
I've been.
yeah,
last
off the success of Aquaman, and of course his time on Game of Thrones. See, last season of Game of Thrones is coming about. So, and then is he an attractive man that's very tall
Okay,
and
here we go.
muscular? Sure,
So if I go, do I have to be the straight man, or can I have some fun?
you can have some fun, man.
All right. You see anybody any names on that list that I should approach?
Oh, I do.
We want to keep it in the bag.
You definitely should keep it in the bag, but you have to
Okay.
interview Sean Astin.
And maybe we'll talk about why closer to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a good story. With
So there's some great people that are going to be. Now, when is this?
coming up the weekend of. So it's in St. Louis. It's
Is it
by
down
the
at
way.
Is it down at the
Thanks for
convention center?
nothing. Thanks for nothing, Rams. Like there's more people in downtown St. Louis
I
than
think
there's ever
it's
been with these
April
conventions.
5th, 6th, and 7th.
And it's going to
Yep,
be in the
that's-
convention center downtown St. Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be a lot of fun. I know a lot of kids.
I'm excited for the content we can create. with
When
it.
I went, I was astonished. They had like, not personalized, but like unique Lego characters. That there was like a stand, and there was like hundreds of them, and I'm like, I went to buy Legos right now. This
Yes.
is like 2 or 3 years ago, and
Oh,
I was
wow.
seriously considering
and a
buying.
53-year-old balding
Lego
man with a
figurines.
gut coming out of the bottom of his Superman T-shirt shoved you out of the way.
Yeah.
And said, "Those are mine."
So it's
That's a collectible.
it was the year Tara Reid was there.
Tara Reid was
You
she
think she hooked up
promoting
Because I was going to
Sharknado.
pitch Earthquack to her after
Okay.
Sharknado.
Ah, got you. You pitched that to her?
No, I thought about
I
it.
do a really good Tara Reid. Tara Reid, you come in, you turn the light on, she's sitting in the corner. Ready? Here's what Tara-
Okay. That's good.
You seen
Very
her eyes
good.
That's
lately?
very
Yeah,
good.
very good.
Tara Reid, she was supposed to be the one. She was supposed to be the one. Like we see Scarlett Johansson, Tara Reid, that was her lane. She was supposed to be that one, but y'all can't learn to put down the mimosas.
Is that what did it?
I just think that's the go-to drink for rich white women when they're young, mimosas, and that completely ruins
Older
their life.
too. Older too.
Should we just put
Brought
that down?
mimosas to Mother's Day a few years ago.
How did that go?
It was a hit. Better than any stupid card or flowers I'd ever gotten before.
Thanks, Chris.
Right. You know what? You're not such a piece of.
I'm glad I didn't give you up when I had the chance.
I'm looking forward to that. Travis and I at Wizard World.
That will be a
Actually,
lot of fun.
Gardner may need some on-screen time.
Jason, I
Camera
feel like
time.
Jason Momoa is one of those guys.
I don't think we're going to
See,
talk to him.
I think we're gonna be friends. I think we can be friends. I think it makes sense that I'm
You know,
friends
actually,
with.
what has
we
me
just got
intrigued-
done
I'm a
with it.
black fish. He's Aquaman.
I
it makes
don't want to
sense that we're
interrupt you,
friends.
but I have to say this. We just got dimed out in the comments section. Nick Freed, who will be guest hosting over the next 2 days, actor, funny man from Chicago, also grew up in a town called Farmington, Missouri, and he just dimed us out in the comments. Talked to Sean Astin about how Rudy came to Farmington, and we made fun of him, and he yelled at us. The real Rudy came to our high school.
Oh, boy.
They paid a lot of money to have him talk, and midway through, we were like, this guy's awful. Where's Sean Astin? What is happening here? So I'm going to confront Sean Astin and confess
That's gonna be
my meeting with
hilarious.
the
He's
real
gonna be
Rudy.
Did you
like,
get
oh.
like a InfoWars mic flag to put
Yeah.
on there when you confront him and be
I
aggressive?
should I be aggressive or should I thank him for portraying give him props, having met the real Rudy. Boy, you're acting. You deserve an award for this because that guy gave you nothing. That guy was an annoying little.
Or he gave us a character and lied about the character to us.
Oh, that could be true. That
Well, we have
happens
a
a
few
lot.
angles we can go.
Yeah,
with this,
it'll
know.
depend.
And
What actually did intrigue me there, I saw, it looks like there's some cosplay stuff going on.
Oh,
at
yeah.
this event.
Oh yeah.
I don't need you amorous walking around this place.
So I might want to go take a look see over at the cosplay.
I think I'm gonna dress up too. I'm going as T'Challa,
Who?
chubby T'Challa. So I'm gonna be
T'Challa.
Chupchala?
T'Challa.
T'Challa. That's my. African name.
Ben, Ben, the JVL Jackal says, get Travis to say he'd drink a Jason mimosa.
I drink a Jason mimosa. I love me some Jason mimosas.
Another buddy of
It's
mine.
hop right now.
Another buddy of mine who was a very good football player. He said, I was so excited to meet Rudy. He let him down. Our very own Rudy, Zach, gave him a jersey, and we were all like, get that jersey back. He ain't a Black Knight. He was you know what he said? He said, I'm the best football player ever from Notre Dame. And I'm like, Joe Montana might be, maybe.
Tim Brown's got something to say about that.
Ricky Waters play there?
I think so.
Ricky Waters is pretty good.
Jerome Bettis, pretty big deal.
I would actually take the guy who chose pitching also. Samardzija was pretty good.
It's now time.
And it ruined him. He couldn't watch Rudy before football games anymore. He was horrible. So bad. I would have much rather had the motivational speakers you get. I would have much rather taken the ex-gangbanger who was telling a bunch of rural white kids, like, don't join gangs. And we're like, what's a gang, man? I don't know.
Well, that was like Discovery that Chris Gardner, who Will Smith played in The Pursuit of Happiness, was like this uber conservative that told black people to pull up their pants.
They need to.
Wait, hey!
Hey, straighten up. You want a job?
Get out of my face.
Also, I hit Henry Rowan Gardner, Thomas Ian Nicholas with something I thought we'd be like best friends over. I'm like, oh, hey, you know Mark from Spitalfield. I've been watching him. He's a buddy, Mark Rose, and he's like, yep.
He's I ain't
I
trying
was
to be
like, screw your stupid movie. I squash you, man.
like motherfucker. I was a rookie of the year.
Because I was in the American Pie movies. Let's not talk about music right now.
That's hilarious. He hit you with that. Yeah, I am. Okay.
Yeah, I do also know Mark Rose. Okay? All right, I'm going to go talk to Kato Kalin. Is there anybody, what if I do, would you go up to Jason Mimosa before any of the other people in that? I mean, is Ernie Hudson your go-to? Because I think I'd cut you in line and ask better questions.
If I got Jason Mimosas in my picture, I'm putting it on IG and all my dating apps.
Oh, but act like it's nothing. Like,
was
take
like,
a really casual.
Yeah, just be casual.
Could you talk him into
I'll
doing
be like,
tough
we
black
talking.
guy look or no?
No, I would have a look where we're both like sharing a beer and I'm like laughing at one of his. Oh, he's laughing at one of my
Super
jokes.
casual.
Yeah, he's laughing at one of my jokes.
Oh, this is us after we ran to the department store.
Yeah, we were like, oh man, shoot, and so then yeah, that's how it would work.
You want to do some fair or foul?
Let's check in on the fair or foul.
At this defining moment, change has come to America.
People often ask
Maybe
me,
a Jason Mimosas to do
what's
fair or
fair
foul?
or foul? Is it a segment?
Think Sean
Is it
Ashton
a
would do it?
movement? Is it
I
hope?
told him how good of an
I
actor he
can't
was
say
after
for
that
certain.
performance.
What are you gonna
Time
do
will be
when
a
you
true
find out he's
test of
short?
its power.
Oh, he's
But I
tiny.
can
He's-
say,
yeah, he's
fair
tiny.
or
He's a
foul
hobbit.
is
You gonna
now
talk to him?
forever for
Briefly.
the people. Gather around the
That's the
radio
closest
with
I'll
your
ever get
loved
to
ones
Elijah
and hold
Wood,
on to
so
your
I'm definitely
butts.
going.
It's now time for fair
We give it back to you, the people.
or foul.
It's the segment Tara Reid calls
Man, that's messed up.
the fair or foul. She's drunk half the time. That's the joke.
Whoopi Goldberg's still employed. Guys, we asked you.
What? I just compared an EGOT winner to Tara Reid. You apologize to Whoopi Goldberg. Apologize. Oh, thank you.
I spoke Whoopi's like.
That's not terrible Whoopi impersonation. Read the damn emails.
So we asked you about snitching. At the end of every show, we give you a topic. You send in an email about it. Today's winner gets $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill.
Delightful.
Finest poke this side of Honolulu.
I concur.
Let's get it going. This one's from our friend Emilio. I came across this article, which could have been written by TT if he could use a keyboard. Could be a good Great American Race topic. This isn't a submission, but he wants you to talk about pollution inequality with minorities breathing air pollution created by whites. I think that it wasn't a submission, but you'll probably vote for that.
We actually had a journalist on a year ago that briefly discussed that from The Atlantic. So yes, I will actually delve deep into that particular story
We could
because
play,
there is a connection to such.
Maybe we could play Make It Racist tomorrow with that.
No, that's not gonna work.
What about littering? Like throwing entire bags of fast food out on the middle of Grand in the middle of the day. Do you wanna do a census on who's doing that?
I would like us to move to the next email.
Fair. And by fair, I mean when local comedian Chris Sear talked about Priest. Cough, maybe. and nuns having relations yesterday on air.
No.
Choo choo, the
Oh,
Galesburg conductor.
Oh, Galesburg. We were trying not to remember that.
Fair. You know, Travis hasn't thought this through. When 1 minute he's telling Lugubrious he better keep his mouth shut, and the next minute he's retweeting Michael Cohen's testimony with flame emoji. You gotta be about it for both sides.
Damn it!
If you don't like snitching, your political affiliation should not matter.
Who was that, Chris?
Flame emojis. He ain't done yet. I can only imagine how conflicted he'll be if Grover starts snitching on Cookie Monster and his heroin-esque cookie addiction, the JBL Jackal.
It's not heroin-esque. He just likes cookies. Who don't like cookies, man? Why I gotta be connected to addiction? Because he loves cookies.
Of all the things I thought you would leave for, like maybe like a good job with the city or the maintenance department, you leave for Sesame Street. And do you plan on coming back, by the way? We haven't even discussed this.
Huh?
Are you just going to do the show? I mean, Matt Whitener's waiting in the wings.
Huh?
What's
Oh, man, you're breaking up. So we're losing connection. Must be the new system we're using.
But I did part of the show over video, so you owe me the money.
So,
Okay, let's finish up here, guys. Again, $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. 2 more to go. Fair. Hey, man, if I see one more bear steal one more picnic basket, you best believe I'm going to the Ranger. Boo-Boo's going down, too. TT's pink eye.
Ooh.
that's rude.
Would you snitch on a bear?
Hell yeah, snitch on a bird.
Fair and foul. It depends on the situation. Let me make this easy for future Trav. If Elmo finds himself uneasy about finding out the count, this is poorly typed. Uneasy about finding out the count has been using a calculator the whole time, maybe keep his mouth shut. But if Grover finds a Craigslist ad for Cookie Monster willing to do whatever with your toes for some of Grandma's cookie packs, he should maybe tell someone. See, if you're helping someone,
What's wrong with you people? Camera
that'll do it
3
for
Gardner.
submissions for today.
Get
Who
right
is
with
getting,
the Lord. Get
who-
right with Jesus today. Y'all got some problems.
Who is getting your vote today? Also, Tony says Whoopi wouldn't apologize to him.
Who was the one that called me out on my flame emoji for a Michael Cohen tweet?
I believe that was the Jackal,
That
the
was the
JBL
Jackal.
Jackal.
I got to give
yeah.
that one to the Jackal.
Trying to get him some poke.
Because the
Buzz's
Jackal,
Hawaiian Grill.
he did his research. You literally have encouraged our listeners to do research, and they're literally doing research on us. now.
Good.
I like the JVL Jackals.
The JBL
a lot,
Jackal
but-
sweeps.
Oh.
Almost. Go ahead.
I was going to give it to TT's pink eye for the bear reference.
Nice.
JBL Jackal's got my vote. Congratulations on the win. $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill.
Victory!
Big thanks to local tech company, Tech Electronics, for helping us put our studio together. Wonderful service. Cannot recommend them enough. If you're running a business, I know most of you aren't, be sure to contact
That's a
them.
rude way to
take
put
care
it.
of
Wow.
Yeah, right.
That was mean.
Everybody
Sorry that people
tuning
are
in
working
2
to
hours a day.
take care of their families. What's wrong with
Guys,
that?
I'm kidding. I'm literally chained to a desk and just I'm here for I'm the face, right?
You-
I'm the fat face of the show. No, thank you everybody for tuning in, and thanks to Tech Electronics and all of our friends at the Kransberg Arts Foundation here in the .Zac building. Yale Hollander was in here recording this morning, which means Impolite Company Coffee Break drops on Friday. Big thanks to all those who've been recording here, the growth, the partnerships, the new events that we're getting ready to put out. Super excited about all that. Great job today, Chris Gardner. Travis Terrell for Dr. Ed. My name's Chris Denman. We'll be back tomorrow on the live stream at 8 a.m. See you then.
Peace.